here again. Okay, so today, I'm just going to put this down. I want to talk to you about something really controversial, and I know I'm going to get so many people that are going to be like, no, you can't do that, that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so today I'm going to talk to you about how I've been experimenting with carbs and intermittent fasting. And I think I do clean keto. I think technically that's what it's called. I don't know if it's keto or paleo. I just eat predominantly vegetables. I don't consider what I do a diet. I think it's more of a lifestyle thing. And it's pretty much how I've eaten my entire life. Everyone in my family eats predominantly veggies, a little bit of meat, and we're more on the fish side, fish and chicken, although I don't even really eat that much chicken either. So anyway, let's get into it. So some of you probably already know I had my thyroid removed almost 7 years ago, and nothing that I did for 7 years since I had my thyroid removed was able to help me lose weight. Absolutely nothing. And I tried everything. I even went to the gym every single day for over a year, did high intensity cardio. I used to do like an aerobics class, and in Australia we call them a boot camp circuit type classes where you've got like a drill sergeant sort of yelling at you to do push-ups and drop and give me 5 things like that. Anyway, and I lost 1 kilo by the end of that year. So it was just crazy. So that was my reality for a very long time until I discovered intermittent fasting. Now, I want to make this really clear. I have never, even before I had my thyroid removed, I've never been able to do the Atkins diet. Those of you that are around my age will be familiar with what the Atkins diet is. I think today, look, I don't know if keto is a revamped version of Atkins, but basically the Atkins diet was a diet predominantly heavy on meat. So it's like you could eat all the meat you wanted and just one small salad. In fact, I don't even think you can eat salad. I don't know. I could be wrong. But look, when I was, in my teens, I tried Atkins and I gained a lot of weight. And not only that, but I don't feel good when I eat a lot of things like eggs. Eggs do not make me feel healthy at all. I know people love eggs, and I've even seen people talk about how eggs are like, and yes, those people that do say this are people that don't actually have a thyroid. They're people that are talk about thyroid health, but they don't actually have a thyroid condition, I should say. But yeah, they say that eggs are like this wonder, protein for the thyroid. I do not feel good when I eat eggs. They make my heart kind of feel a bit, I don't know. Yeah, it's just, I don't react well to a lot of protein. My favorite kind of protein would be things like Italian meatballs and Italian sausages. That is my idea of meat, of like delicious meat. I'm not like a ribeye steak, New York cut kind of girl, but my husband is. He adores his meat. He loves lamb. He loves all that kind of stuff. But anyway, I eat red meat probably once a month. I have to force myself to eat it, and I have to schedule it into my diary. I'm more of a fish person, but predominantly I'm a veggies person. So here's the controversial bit. Now, 1, I'm hypothyroid, and 2, I have an Italian heritage. I live in Australia, but I was actually born in Italy. But anyway, I come from an Italian family. And I love pasta. Telling an Italian that you can never eat pasta is sort of like, it's not a life worth living. You can't even really call yourself Italian, I think. I mean, it's bad enough that I don't really eat bread, but that, I gave up bread when I was in my teens. Again, because I've always been someone that's been pretty health conscious and just always loved vegetables and those kind of things. But I'm not a big bread person, which is pretty sacrilegious for anyone that's Italian out there. But I love my pasta, could never give it up, ever, ever, ever. So what I have been experimenting with is I tried eating pasta once a week, and I found that that was a little bit too much. So what I had to do was I, one, had to reduce the portion size, and two, I have increased the duration of when I eat, include a carb, so to speak. Now, there are people online predominantly that say, no, you can't do this. This is like not good. It's terrible for the thyroid and whatnot. But I did actually see a video recently that, I think his name's Thomas DeLauer. This guy's brilliant, by the way. But anyway, he's on YouTube and he does a lot of intermittent fasting videos. And he talked about why pasta isn't that bad and how it's good for leptin. And it actually gives you that, it gives you that satiated feeling, and it makes you feel good when you eat it. Look, I definitely can vouch for that. Pasta 100% makes me feel really good when I eat it. I love it. I crave it. It's my favorite food. Do I eat it all the time? No. Like I was saying, I tried eating it once a week. I found that, I was gaining weight, and now I've scaled it back to I eat pasta once every 3 weeks, and I found that I've been losing weight. The reason why I started experimenting with pasta and including it back into my diet was because when my T3 levels dropped, because that's going to happen if you are hypothyroid and you do intermittent fasting. It is not a bad thing though, but when my T3 levels dropped and my reverse T3 went up, I started doing some research and saw that it was all about, energy and energy that it's not using and whatnot, and how when you have a diet that's rich in carbs, there was some research done where they found people's T3 and RT3 and their TSH levels, they were all kind of like balanced out. So I sort of thought, maybe I shouldn't give up, carbs. I should try and incorporate them a little more frequently. So that sort of is what started me on this experimental journey with my love affair of pasta. Hey, it was music to my ears, I'll admit, but unfortunately I've had to scale it back from eating it once a week to, I tried twice a week, and then now I'm sitting around every 3 weeks. And by pasta I also mean rice, but I'm more of a pasta person than a rice person. But what else did I want to tell you? There was one other thing. Yes. Now, with the pasta, I did also notice that I did on one of the nights have a huge bowl of pasta, and I found that the next day I gained like 1.5 kilos. So the portion size, unfortunately, you're going to have to watch if you're hypothyroid. It is, I wouldn't say it's small, but it's you definitely can't overeat. So bear that in mind. Now, what I would suggest, I've been doing intermittent fasting for 2 years. Probably if you're starting intermittent fasting, I wouldn't suggest experimenting with pasta just yet. If you've been doing it for a while and you've sort of reached your goal weight or lost a lot of weight, even if you're sort of like at that point and it's kind of creeping up again, look, give it a go, experiment. I know it's bad, but I weigh myself every day to sort of see, what's working with my body and what isn't. And even though my doctor and endo did say, don't do that, it's not good, it's water weight, it's not an accurate measurement. Look, I think it is an accurate measurement. It keeps me on track, and it sort of, tells me if I've, overdone it on something and underdone it on other things. So that's it. This video has been nice and short, which I always try and do. And I will hopefully see you guys soon. I hope you guys are having